Mike Jones here with Ken's. Happy New Year 2023. First show of the year. You're going to love it. Let's get inside and check it all out. All right, in our Macon and our Warner Robins location, I always have kind of like a car stereo, specials for every single month that we do it. This being the first month of 2023 is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. But when you go in, we always have the same stock at both stores. We carry, brands. We carry JL Audio. We carry Alpine. We carry Sony. We carry Rockford Fosgate, DS18, Sony Mobile ES, and we carry really, arguably the best brands that there really are. So when you come in, you'll see a wall like this that allows you to choose what's, whether it be price that you're looking for, or size that you're looking for, or specs that you're looking for. All it's listed right here. All of our head units are up here where you can kind of come in and choose whether or not you're going to do a touch screen or a floating radio like these, or you're going to do a single DIN like this. We carry AM, FM, Bluetooth radios like this that are going to be anywhere from a couple of $100 and up, so $199 and up. The Alpines are about $249. Sony does still make one that has an AM, FM CD built in that's also just $249. Then when you go from these, you can go to these right here. These are the marine type stuff. They're all weather. We do DS18, Rockford Fosgate, and of course JL Audio. They are fantastic. You can get them with or without an amplifier for your boat or your golf cart or ATV or however you're using it. $279 to about $500 depending on what head you need to do. Now, in the realm of radios, we do a tremendous amount of radios that are making in our Warner Robins location. We have our own facilities, inside garages where we have our own installers, about 7 guys that do what they do on the car audio custom side. We have our own CNC machine. We can do custom, beyond custom, way beyond your imagination. If you want to put it, if you can dream it, I guarantee you these guys and gals can build it. In the head unit world, we do Alpine, we do JVC, we do Sony, and we do Pioneer. This Alpine has been a very popular piece. It is a 7-inch screen. It is AM, FM. As you see, it does have CarPlay right now, but the nice thing is I don't have to plug it in. This is a wireless CarPlay device, which is super nice. My maps will come up, right? Here's my Pandora list showing everything. Here's my phone. There's my boo, my daughter, my mama, all these things right here. And it's just simple to use, and it's really very intuitive because most people know how to use their phone. In the speaker arena right now, JL Audio is back in stock. Silk dome tweeter, polyurethane right here so it can last with weather and stuff. They come in all sizes, 6-inch, 5x7, 6x9, and component sets with separate tweeters. I have this. This is their 5x7. They are phenomenal at what they do. $149 all the way up to about $249. I was getting to the clarity part of that, but $249, that's for the pair. Now, if it's a fit in your vehicle perfectly, there's no charge for labor. Sometimes you have some brackets. Now, this is a big old room for 2 little speakers to be filling up with sound with a 200-watt amp off of the Alpine radio. So when you come in, you want to come in and kind of play your music. We can hook your phone up or our phone up, and you just listen to which ones do it. We'll tell you which ones fit. And then by this, we can choose what we're doing with our budget. We can choose what our size is and choose which brand we want to do. And it's very, very simple. Usually same-day installation. We do all of our installs from Tuesday to Saturdays at the Macon in the Warner Robins location. So we got price. We got the best brands in the business. We got service to back it up after the sale. This is what we do. All right, we are in Dublin, Georgia at the newest Pickle Barrel. They have a bunch of them. We just recently got the Sandersville Pickle Barrel, the Millersville Pickle Barrel, and now we're in the Dublin. We did the Dublin one that's down the road, but this, you're probably seeing a cutaway of the outside now, is massive. When I say massive, I mean massive. Now, what we're doing is we're doing audio, we're doing video, and we're doing security, which is what we do, right? So looking around, you see in here, let me just flip you here. Look at this wall right here, just to give you an idea how the owner thinks. This is twin 75s right here. We're gonna have 65, 85, 65, all the way down this wall right here, all 75s, okay? Plus we have gigantic 2,000-watt, 2-way 15-inch speakers in all the corners coming around here. All the way down this wall, you see the mounts right here already. All that 75-inch TVs all the way there. All 55s and 65s in that room. Outside on the front porch, you're seeing a cutaway of the porch right now. It's going to have all Yamaha speakers across the top, and we're going to have at least 4 or 8 55s all the way around the corner. Look right here. Outside there's a bar, you got outside patio there, and outside patio there. Now, when you are running wire in here, it's tough because you see up top there's metal, and you see below that's wood, right? So what we had to do is, when I say we, their builder worked with us, where you put a gigantic Pickle Barrel emblem by their logo up there. He built a trough all the way around. you'll see right here, come right here. So that way we can run all of our speaker wire, all of our cat lines, and it can sit inside that tray. Because when you're putting in 20 DirecTV satellite boxes, plus smart streaming, plus sound, plus iPad control, we have a place to put all the stuff, right? We're gonna penetrate all these walls for sound and video out there. Now, to give you an idea about wire, just look at that stack right there. This is what it takes. It takes about 9,000 feet of wire to feed all of the TVs and all of the sound and all of the IP cameras. Now, the blessing is they're going to have full security. We got cameras all the way, seeing cutaways of cameras. You can see back there on that back wall right there. We have cameras throughout the interior, cameras throughout the exterior, and they have audio and video on every camera in the joint. They got 2 private dining rooms right there, and they even have their own zones of sound. And guess what? 5 TVs on each side. So when you cut this, again, this is just a teaser for you. But Pickle Barrel rocks the house as a fact, as a restaurant. But I love that they chose us to kind of help them get through this on the audio, video, and security side of this. So Pickle Barrel Dublin, again, this is just the beginning. But the next time you see this thing, it'll be full meal deal. There'll be people in here eating and having a good time. But right now, I'm so excited because they are going to be rocking the house. This is what we do. All right, in the world of flat panels for 2023, Sony and Samsung have reloaded. Samsung going from 7 series to 8 series to 9 series. That's certain models of their OLED and QLEDs. So when you come in, you can, or LED, I should say, and QLED. Sony has done their Bravia series, which has been around for many, many decades, and that all got revamped with what they call a K-series TV. That's the end result that tells you it goes to 2023. Size-wise, they're going to be anywhere from 32 all the way up to even now 98. They have dropped in price. The 98s have dropped a lot in price. And we now are doing video walls. I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway right now of a video wall we just did in Sparta, Georgia, where we use 443s, 455s, or 465s, all the way up to 485s. And we can make a giant video wall for you guys that are big gamers and stuff like that. And the idea behind this is we come out and choose. Now, if you want to choose for yourself, we need to know, what are our limitations as far as sizes go. But if one size fits bigger, then you want to do that because people get used to them. TVs are going to have absolutely amazing color when you go with Sony and Samsung. They're going to come with a way to mount them. It comes with these brackets here just if you want to set them down. And if you want to wall mount it, you can get a tilt mount or articulating arm mount. We keep all those in stock too. We also do the mantle mounts. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of the mantle mount right now, which is where you can pull the TV down in front of your fireplace. And that way you kind of get some more of a bird's eye view for you folks that have these really gigantic fireplace mantles. The idea behind that is if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, there's my phone number to come up. I can come to you or I can send one of our texts to you and we can actually make the proper recommendations to get what you want. Some people will get this mentality that, I need to spend X amount of money. It may be way more than you need to do based on the features that you want to use. It may be a simple sound bar that solves the day, or it may be a full-blown theater that solves the equation of what your loves and wants are. That's what we do. Here's where you need to know this. We are the same price as they, meaning the .com world, on our Sony and our Samsung TVs. But, right, we have in-store service. So the .com doesn't have in-store service because they're .com. They're somewhere, wherever, Alaska or wherever they are. We're right here in Middle Georgia, and we have our own in-store service for Sony and Samsung. Since the day we started carrying these 2 brands, we've always had in-store service. Why does that matter to you? If there's a problem and it has to be repaired, I don't answer to the manufacturer, which means we can take care of you. Because it always is going to break what? On Thursday before the Friday dinner. And that way we can put a loaner in place and you're not without. That's the blessing of buying from us, is you're not paying more, you just get the service. That's how my dad started the company. One more time, there's my phone number. I can come out, we can choose the TV, choose the mount, choose the surround, choose the sound bar, get it all in place. My text, come out and put it in, and all you got to do is go, bam. This is what we do. When we do courtrooms. Now, we do a lot of courtrooms. I'm very, very grateful for the business we've been able to establish with different counties to do their courtrooms, because we do a tremendous amount of audio, video, digital, streaming, and recording. And there's a big deal when you had to bring all that together. Now, the blessing is, where my guys come in, is almost all the courtrooms, are 50 years old or plus, because they're all in the center of town. And so you have to be very creative to get wires where wires got to be. So here we are, courtroom. Now, first thing we address is digital sound. So you'll see the JBL speakers right there. They call Control 31s. They are big, big, big sound. We have a set for the front of the room. We have another set for the back of the room. And the idea behind the back ones you'll see right there above the door is when people are back there, we need to be able to hear back there, and it keeps it nice and simple. And it's big sound. Everybody was saying, do you need that much sound? Well, it's not really about volume as much as about dispersion, so overall dispersion within the room. These are put in place, and then we have a real-time analyzer. We come in and actually put a graphic EQ in the room to get it where you don't have a lot of hiss, but you have a lot of voice, right? That's number one. Number two, completely controlled. I'm sure you've seen a cutaway now, controlled by an iPad tablet that controls everything in the room for the sound. It can control the recording and it can control the HDMI sources, everything. So audio's in place. All brand new microphones. The number one complaint they had is when people walk up here, you couldn't hear or they had to lean into it. Well, guess what? I can be this far away from this microphone and I can hear it throughout the entire place. I have it, right? So no matter what's going on. The witness stand up here, as you'll see, we put in a personal monitor here, right? A separate microphone for the recording of audio, and then this monitor is for evidence, right? So if they're showing an evidence reel, this can actually pull in and out for them to be able to see from the witness stand right here. Very, very nice, right? Now coming back around here, this is our jury, right? Which most of the time we don't have a lot of view of that for the obvious reasons. We have a microphone in case they do have to stand and make a statement. We have a way to do that too. Plenty of sound out of this microphone as well. Now, you would say, hey, what about when things happen, like we went through for the last 3 years, where if you had to be able to do a team or a Zoom or some type of video conference call, that's where the brains come in. We have robotic camera there, we have a robotic camera there, and we have another robotic camera in the back. The idea behind that is we now can see multiple views. In case there's a time where we don't have everybody in court, you got to be able to see the judge, a witness. Sometimes when they have inmates that do theirs, they'll do it by video, and they can do that all right here. Here is the absolute positive icing on the cake. And you'll see here we've got a 100-inch motorized screen that will come out. Now, the blessing of this is if you're in this jury and you come through here, idea is I need to be able to see evidence. Now, this projector that motorized out of the ceiling, I'm sure you've seen a cutaway of that, and all of this, we reconstructed every bit of this ceiling. So all of this was reconstructed to hold that lift. All of this is reconstructed to hold this Draper tab screen. This is a 4-year-old video footage that I just pulled up that I'm literally pulling from my phone onto this. Now I've got a way for us to see it there, and if I'm in the jury, I can see every bit of what's going on, what kind of cars, what's going on. Again, it's literally taking this to a full HD picture on this 100-inch screen, tab tensioned. When they come back into service here in the first week of 2023, they have got everything it takes to make sure that justice is served. At the end of the day, it all has to come together, has to be user-friendly and simple to use, but there's a reliability that comes with that. The reason that this particular courtroom chose us was because on-site service for 2 years at no extra charge. Digital audio, digital video, digital recording, digital streaming, and motorized everything up in the ceiling. I mean, y'all, I am honored to be a part of this, and they are ready to do what they do. Justice will be served, and we're a part of that. This is what we do. Okay, 2021 GMC Denali, and it comes with this whole front fascia piece that a lot of people will not remove from the dash because it has CarPlay and Android Auto and all that built into it, so they kind of keep it in there. However, even if it has the factory subwoofer, it is just terrible. And so what we do is we have our own CNC machine. We have a bunch of custom guys, but these guys that build these boxes, they can build these things to physically fit. They make a prefab, they make a JL box, and then they make the custom stuff that we actually build. This has a 1200 watt Rockford Fosgate amplifier, which is only like $400, $430. This has Type R subs, 2 of the Type R subs that are about $300 a piece, and then we did our own custom box. Custom boxes are anywhere from $200 to whatever you'll spend depending on the vehicle and what you're putting in, whether a Hummer or a truck or a Honda Civic. They all differ in so many ways. But if you want the absolute most you can get out of the subwoofer, that's where the custom box comes in. We run a 4-gauge power wire to it. We put a bass knob in. The idea behind a bass knob is you can put it anywhere you want, but it allows me to turn the bass up and down regardless of the volume on the radio. Hey, I got the kids in the car, I may have the bass turned down. Hey, I got all the windows down doing 70 miles an hour. I got the bass all the way up. You see where I'm going with it. However, if you've never had a subwoofer in your car, you need it. And some people are going, no, I don't think so. You do, because your ear hears from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So below 100 hertz is a subwoofer. That's why you sometimes will listen to music and feel like you're missing something, because that's what it is. Give you a little demo, and then I'll get in the back and show you what it looks like. The bass is even. Really low bass. I hope you can hear that. Probably not with just a microphone. Taking everything in the car, but it's just perfect. The highs and the bass. The idea behind that is you don't want to have so much bass you can't hear the words, and you want to have so much words that you can't feel the bass. And that's where these brainiacs come in, is they tune this. There's a special adapter by a company called Audio Control that plugs into your factory radio to give it the output it needs to support 1200 watts of power. Now, I'm going to get in the back and show you the other part. Hold on, I'm coming around. Hello. Now, this is what a custom subwoofer box looks like. This is built by us, rolled edges. The subwoofers fire below. You see right here, this is where the subwoofer is right here, fires into the floor, but it has enough gap that the woofer won't hit the floor mat. We run our own speaker wire. Right over here underneath this seat, safely mounted, is our 1200 watt Rockford Fosgate, 4-gauge ground, 4-gauge, that's what the gauge being the size of the power wire and the ground wire. And that adapter allows us to plug right into that amplifier and give us all the juice that it takes to not hurt your battery, but to play it like you want to play it. Now this right here is nice because what? If I had to let these seats up and I had to put something back here, this is solid, it's mounted to my vehicle, and I don't have to worry about it moving around if there's ever an accident. Now, time-wise, it takes a day or two to do stuff like this because these are literally made by hand in our shop, so it will look and see just like you want to get it all to match and everything you want to do there. It takes time to run the cables. We go through factory grommets. We don't have to drill holes in the firewall. I mean, just know that all these things happen to make sure that if you sell your 21 Denali, but I don't know why you would, if you sell your 21 Denali, then you can move all this to the next vehicle, and all you have to buy is whatever box fits in the next car. Right? The idea behind that, you go to Macon in the Warner Robins store and you tell him, hey, look, this is, he started, said, I want to do bass first. Now he has 1200 watts, he's got bass in place. Next time he can do mids and highs and do an ample mids and highs, and he never has to disturb the dash of his factory radio on his 21 Denali. Everything adapts to that without doing any crazy cutting and damage and all that stuff. That's what we do. Macon and Warner Robins, GMC Denali, Rockford Fosgate, Alpine Type R, boom. This is what we do. All right, when you do residential or commercial HD security cameras, the idea is there's a plan in place, which is where I come in, or some of our guys will come in. Here's my phone number, will come up first, and that will at least give you a way to contact me, and me or one of the brainiacs will come out there to design the system. Sometimes you need 4 cameras, sometimes you need 8 cameras, sometimes you need 16 cameras. We just did an area that had 90 cameras, so understand that's a very big deal to get the plan in place to have overlapping views of the bad guy or the bad people or whatever's happening bad, or even if it's not about bad, it may just be about safety, right? In this commercial view here, the idea is you see all of our wiring that comes in there. This is on an NVR, which is called IP cameras. They are going to be anywhere from 2 to 8 megapixels. They're going to have audio and video built in, unless you choose to turn the audio off, so that way you can hear staff and hear how they interact. In this commercial setting, which is an airport, it's a different setting because you don't necessarily have to have the audio, but we need to see the surrounding area because you got this huge flight line, which we'll get to in a second. The idea is to place the cameras in areas where you know there's going to be doors and storage and all these kind of things. So that feeds to the internet, which they can view from other hangars or other offices. This will feed into the recorder. The recorder will give you anywhere from 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, all the way up to 32 terabytes of memory, which will give you 1 week, 2 weeks, 6 months if you need it, 1 year if you need it, as far as a backup, so you can, from a liability and insurance standpoint. Or if you just say, hey, I just like to keep all my stuff and know what's going on. It may be your third house or your third business, and you have to be able to watch them over a period of time. All that comes into our brains when we're making sure we choose the system. Giving you all that, we came in and ran all the wire in this building. I'm just going to give you some close-ups here to give you an idea. Look at the clarity of that. There's our van, our truck. I mean, look at the detail. Look at even the graffiti on this back and these. This is unbelievable graphic detail to be able to see who ends up in your parking lot. Let me go over here, check this out. We're going to go to a front door view. This is absolutely spot on. You can read the writing on that. If you can read the writing on that, that means you can read the name tag, you can read the license plate. So the idea is, this is recording 24/7, so I'm gonna go back to the full view. The idea is they can still add another 8. It's a 16 channel. We're using 8 for now, but as they expand, they can add more and more and more and more, all the way up to, you know, it's obviously countless. The blessing of this is, the original plan called for twice as many cameras and twice as much money. So when I came down and we designed the system, we figured out that there was a lot of money being spent in some areas from an original design that they weren't even using as far as coverage anymore. That's the reason my phone number is going to come out right here, is I will come to you and we back it up with a 2-year on-site. Right now you're seeing a warranty in place. You're seeing cutaways of different cameras throughout the building. The idea behind that is we strategically put them in place where they give you the most bang for your buck. So full HD to the nth degree, full recorder, on-site service, KINS. This is what we do. We do a lot of theaters. Obviously, you're in our theater right now. You see the starlight ceiling, and you've got the moon, and you'll see a shooting star coming across there, and it's just amazing. 130-inch image, full HD, 4K, and I'm sure you need to know that we do anything and everything when it comes to the theater. We are a turnkey build-out to make your dream theater come true, all the way down from custom sound panels and drapes, paint and trim out and building stages, and of course, palace or theater chairs. We also do, hey, just good old-fashioned 2-channel audio. I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of my room next door that has all of our clips and SV sound speakers, and we do a tremendous amount of tower speakers and flush mount speakers and subwoofers. And listen, this crew travels, which means if you're watching this and you're 100 miles from us, we come to you and design the system out to make sure it's what you want. My phone number comes up right here so that I can come to you, or I can send one of our guys to you, and we can bring our guys over there in full crew, and like we can do full-on build-outs like you've seen many times. We've done rooms that literally look like they were nothing, upstairs bonus rooms, and turned them into dream theaters. The idea behind that is, whether it be flush mount or tower speakers or big subs or chairs, remote controls, all the streaming, Wi-Fi, that is what our crew does. We want to make it absolutely turnkey, that when Ken walks out the door, that you can enjoy everything from the streaming to the watching TV to just watching the news or watching one of my favorite films on earth, Batman. So there's my phone number one more time. The estimate is free when you come out and get your dream exactly what you're dreaming. This is what we do. All right, at Northway Church, Macon, Georgia, Zebulon Road, and we have had a relationship with them for many, many, many years. When we did this originally, you had a single screen about 180 inches big back there, and it was the 4x3. That gives you an idea how long ago that was, which means square. But then when they had the new idea, we did these side screens. Now those are rear firing, which means the projectors are behind the screens in these big storage areas back there, and those are LCD, non-laser, so because the new pitch word now is laser, and they're bright. I mean, you can see how good they are just seeing me up on the screen from the camera. Now, then last year we came in because that massive mama right there that's motorized, because that's their baptism behind there, actually the springs unraveled because it was about 12 years old, and we had to put a new screen in. Now understand, you're talking 25 plus feet in the air with something that weighs 200 pounds. That takes a bunch. We got all that back in place, but then, as it so happens here, recently we decided to change out our center projector. Now, the center projector, this was the great opportunity for us to go laser. So just you'll understand the lingo of laser. Laser projectors don't have lamps, and they don't have filters that you have to constantly maintain. They'll go about 20,000 hours. So easily 10, 15 years in the church world, unless you just decide you need to upgrade, and obviously super bright. Look at the difference in the two, the lights on the side versus the whites in that, and how bright that screen is absolutely unbelievable. Now, this was serious work. This right here, that is a long way. So we had to come in here with scaffold because we can't get a lift up on the stage. So we had to take scaffold in layers and layers and layers, 3 layers to get to the top of that. As just a little sidebar, it was so high that a couple of my men would not go to the top because of their scaredness of the height. So guess who jumped in? This guy had to jump in to be able to get this thing in place. And I've been doing it my whole life, so I love doing it. So we got up there and got this thing sighted. As you can tell, it is absolutely perfect. Everything is controlled from their sound booth in the very, very back, but now they have a way to have the sides can be whatever they choose for it to be, which right now is me, and that's full HD by Ken's, and then the laser in the middle, which can be all of their graphics or whatever they choose. And it really works out good because this sanctuary is humongous all the way. I think it holds 800 plus people just in this sanctuary, but everybody has the bird's eye view. So let me just kind of give you the rewind of that. We've been working for these folks for a long time, and I'm very grateful for the relationship that we had with them. But it's the answering the phone and the service after the sale. I'm just letting you know that. And you've seen some testimony for some of the guys in here before. The guy filming this is a part of that package as well. But it's literally because every time they've had something tear up, it was like Christmas Eve or 2 weeks before Easter. And that's where the Ken's crew comes in. The guys and gals at our company, that's what they do. They serve you. They want to make sure that things go right all the time, if that makes sense. Now, here's my phone number. The reason I give you that is you use this phone number. You can call me or text me, and I will come to you wherever you are. We do the state of Georgia. We do a little bit of South Carolina, North Carolina, a little bit of Florida. So we have a big footprint, but I want you to call me because I will come to you at no charge and design, whether it be a system that literally is going to feed Scripture to thousands of people like this, or something that in your church, that you have this budget that's in place to feed the Scripture to 50 people. We do every bit of it. with service on site for 2 years and no additional charge to you. On site with 2 years and unlimited training. One more time. There's my phone number. Let's do this. This is what we do. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for watching the first show of 2023. Happy New Year to you and yours. And I just want to let you know that this is what we do. If this is your first time getting to see one of our shows, you know what we do is we do a tremendous amount of audio and video and security. We do churches. We do big venues like courtrooms and amphitheaters and all the things that you're thinking of. This is who we are. We've been doing this since 1978. I had somebody say the other day, it doesn't matter since you've been here since 1978. Yes, it does, because here we are on the second generation and a third generation of people that do what? They live and breathe what we do. We literally, I love it because in our job, it changes like every 90 days. The TVs change every 90 days. You know, audio, video change. It's so beautiful because there's always something new and exciting to give out to our clients, and we're designing stuff for you guys. Now, in the world of car stereo, you know, we do a lot of car audio video. We do a lot of trucks, a lot of ATVs, side-by-sides, golf carts, that kind of stuff, lawnmowers. We've done lawnmowers. Kind of cool. That kind of letting you know that between the Macon and Warner Robins store, they can really fulfill all of your audio video needs for whatever you're transporting in. Right here. That's my social media right there. That's how you can kind of keep up with us through our Facebook page, our YouTube, and our Instagram. Get on there and follow us and like our page and kind of be a part of that Ken's community, because we are always showing deals of the day, and we're always showing great ideas from out in the field and from our base, kind of giving you ideas of what is next on the creative list. Guess where the creative comes from? You. When you guys come up with all these cool dreams and things you're doing, y'all hand that to us, and then we put it all on paper and all that and draw it all out, and then bam, we terminate and make it all, make your dreams come true. I keep saying dreams come true because I love it when y'all give us these big giant challenges, and I got a big one coming that I'm going to show you next month on the February show that you're going to fall apart, that this gentleman just let us really unwind and do what we wanted to do. There's my phone number and my brother's phone number. You see both of them right here. The idea behind it, we're the owners of the company. My daddy and his brother started the company. I put this out there to say, if you have a good experience, please let me know so I can reward those that did so right by you. If you had a not as great experience, please let me know so I can go punch them in the back of the head. No, I'm not going to punch somebody in the back of the head, but so that I can sit down with them and find out where we all stand. All of our employees here are invested. Some of them use us as a stepping stone to whatever's next in their life, and some of us as a career. Most of them are career. About 25 employees, of which 19 do just what? Serve you. That's a big deal to know that. So I hope you'll invest in us. We want to be a part of your world from this point on. We want to be the choice of choices for you. In Galatians 5:1, it says, Christ has been born to set us free. Now here's the next part. It says, so do not give in to the yoke of slavery. Okay, and those are my words of that scripture. But what he's saying is, God said, I came so that you can be free. And you're saying, well, what does free mean? And then it talks about slavery. Slavery is to those things that get in between us and God. Right? Sometimes I lived in the dark for a long time. I'm not talking about the dark where you snuggle up and you're comfortable, like the dark where you do really, really bad stuff. And that is a bad place to be, because when you finally get out into the light, it's a little bit bright and a little bit hard to figure out. But once I figured out that sin was a slave to me, it made me want to be more like Jesus. And if you're not a believer, be more like good. I want you to be like Jesus, but if you're not a believer, just be more like good and less like bad. Does that make sense? The Bible is true. Read it. You will love it. Come see us at Ken's in Macon. I'm seeing the evidence. I'm quite sure that it wasn't me. We got it. Cars, trucks, golf carts. I'm positive. Now that I look back on it, I know that wasn't me. I mean, it looked a lot like me, but I don't think it was me. Name it. Your dreams can be made come true. Oh my gosh. A game show host? Yes, it was wearing a Ken shirt, and I answered to the name of Ken, even though my name's Michael, but I'm positive it wasn't me. Your Honor, I just don't think it was me. No.